Hello everyone. Time for essentially part two of my previous video where I go over some recent um, vinyl wax finds over the past month and a half or so. Again, if you didn't watch the last video and are just watching this one, um, I haven't done one of these in a while, so it looks like I've accumulated more than I have. Um, it's just things that I've forgotten about that I wanted to add on to this video, but with myself moving to a new place, uh, it, things have gotten out of hand. So let me just jump right in. I don't want to make this too long. So this is all vinyl finds. Now the first thing is the only 45 that I've purchased. I don't purchase a lot of 45s, but in this case, being a big Bob Dylan fan, I had to purchase the Bob Dylan Blind Willie McTell 45, which was put out by Jack White's Third Man Records. And it's essentially two different takes of Blind Willie McTell. It's take one, the Infidels outtake, which have Dylan, Mick Taylor, Alan Clark, Robbie Shakespeare, and Slide Dunbar on instrumentation. And then side B is Blind Willie McTell take 5, um, which has Bob Dylan, Mark Knopfler, Alan Clark, Robbie Shakespeare, and Slide Dunbar. And like I said, that's on Third Man Records by Jack White. And as you can see, the Third Man label, very cool. Third Man always does a really good job with just their product. They're just top of the line. Jack White knows what's going on. All right, next is a Barnes & Noble exclusive. Hasn't been released on vinyl in a long time. It's called Snowfall, the Tony Bennett Christmas album. This is really really cool. I haven't I haven't opened it yet. Again, I'm kind of in a weird limbo with getting a good turntable. So I have a lot of these records are going to be sealed, but this is on a Snowfall white vinyl. But I wish I could show it to you, but I'm not going to open it now. But it has all the Christmas favorites. It's got Snowfall, My Favorite Things, Christmas Song, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Wish You a Merry Christmas, Silent Night, Come All You Faithful, Jingle Bells, Where Is Love, Christmas Island, I Love the Winter Weather, I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm, White Christmas, Winter Wonderland, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And I'm really going to be excited to listen to that when I can finally, give it a spin. All right, and then the next two, which again are also not opened, so I apologize because they are colored vinyl. Nick Lowe's That Old Magic. This is the 10th anniversary edition that came out through Yep Rock Records, and this also has a 45 that comes with it. It's in green vinyl. Excuse me, no, this album is 45 RPM, so that's kind of cool on 180 gram. And again, Nick Lowe, just one of the best. I love him to death. So that is the 10th anniversary edition. And then this is the 20th anniversary edition of Nick Lowe's The Convincer, which came as a bundle with That Old Magic. This comes with a 45 in blue vinyl, remastered from the original tapes. And it's kind of a more mellow album. It's not really too poppy. The lead, let's see, what is it? The Only a Fool Breaks His Own Heart and Poor Side of Town are songs that I know came out, I think, in advance of this album. But it's a really good album. I've listened to it, not on vinyl, but in the past. Next, this is some VCLT from Rod, the Happy Hippie. Clutch Volume 1, Weathermaker Vault Series. And there's the back. So that was really nice of Rod to give this to me. I did a video on that as well. And while I'm doing that, let me just jump into the other piece that I've got as a gift. This is Nexus by Argent. Of course, Rod Argent from the Zombies started his own band in the 70s after the Zombies had broken up. And then his cousin, Jim Rodford, on bass, also later formed with the Zombies in their touring unit until his passing a couple of years ago. I got these next two on my trip to visit my friend Tommy to see the Monkees. This is the Desert Rose Band's Running album. Of course, Desert Rose Band, led by Chris Hillman. I got this mainly for the main song, She Don't Love Nobody, which is the opening track. And I'm really excited to give this a spin. Next, also from the trip, is the debut Marshall Crenshaw album. Of course, Marshall played Buddy Holly in La Bamba, the Ritchie Valens story. This has great songs, Someday, Someway, Cynical Girl, Mary Ann. Just great power pop music. It's just really good. Yeah, so check out that first Marshall Crenshaw album. The next couple are special editions that I couldn't live without because I love jazz, and I really love this next gentleman. So Craft Recordings, if you're not familiar, check out Craft Recordings. They put out some great jazz records and re-releases. This past year put out three, at least in the second half of the year, put out three Charlie Brown related record releases. The first is the soundtrack to A Boy Named Charlie Brown, and this is still sealed. And there's the original notes on the back by Lee Mendelson, who wrote and produced the Charlie Brown specials. This comes with special baseball cards of the Peanuts characters. So yeah, I'm excited to spin that at some point. Next up is where did she go? I've got so much stuff laying around. I was trying to organize it. Okay, here it is. Next up is the soundtrack to the Christmas special, and I did open this. Again, there's the liner notes, and you can see this version is on metallic paper. Well, a metallic sleeve for the cover. There are several editions of this that you could purchase still. I know Barnes & Noble has an exclusive as well, but this has, the classic, soundtrack, Linus and Lucy, Christmas Time is Here, Hark the Herald Angels Sing for release, green sleeves. It's just, I cannot wait to hear it. And the best part is that it came on you can't really see it, but you can kind of see it in the dead wax. There's some sparkle in the clear, I think they call it snow globe vinyl. So it's kind of cool that's in the wax there. And then the last of those series is a 45 RPM 10-inch, I believe, of the Great Pumpkin soundtrack. And as you can see, I'm not going to take it out, but it's kind of cool. It's in the shape of a pumpkin, the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. So this is really cool. Doesn't come with any kind of liner notes or anything, but yeah, I'm excited to get this spin. But I do apologize. Actually, it does have liner notes. This little slip at the bottom, you open it up and there's some notes by Lee Mendelson. So that's exciting. Yeah. And last but not least is the latest by one of my favorites, Pokey LaFarge, his newest album, In the Blossom of Their Shade, which just came out on New West Records. There's Pokey looking dapper. Some notes. This is kind of like his rebirth album. He was recently baptized, and I know he's turned his life around. He's quit smoking and drinking excessively. I think he was having trouble with some drug issues and things like that. And yeah, he's happy, and this is a really good record. And just came out Friday, but somehow I got an advance copy like a month early. This is the sleeve, which is really cool. He took a lot of inspiration from like Summertime and the Islands, and he recorded this very fast. I think he recorded a lot of it in quarantine, but it's on a really cool green, like opaque kind of vinyl. So that is really cool. And if I can get it down into the sleeve without tearing anything, that would be great. Success. And something that's cool with that as well, it came with a signed postcard by Pokey LaFarge. It came with it, so that is really cool to have. I've actually met Pokey a couple different times. He's a really cool guy just to talk to. And it came with an additional 45, which is really cool, on a brown kind of vinyl. It's got a few little specs in it, it looks like, but it's got another version of Get It 'Fore It's Gone, and a special 45 limited edition track called Cursed or Blessed, which isn't on the CD version. So yeah, if Pokey LaFarge is on it, I'm gonna grab it, because again, he's one of my favorites, and very underrated. You don't hear about him enough. But didn't mean for this video to go over 10 minutes, but it did. So I thank you all for watching. Let me know if you've heard of any of those releases, if you've had them. Ask any questions you have about, some of those artists you don't know anything about. I'll do my best to answer. And I will talk to you all very soon. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to go up a little bit. I've actually dropped off some in my subscriptions. I've had several people unsubscribe, so I'd like to get back up to about the 160 mark. So thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon.